I'm Bobbi Russell, trichologist and hair extension specialist. Would think that with the application being so important that the biggest fear would be the application, but it's actually not. It's actually the cutting. So what we're going to do today is take some of that fear away. We're going to show you some tips and tricks that are going to make things better for you, make you feel more confident. Let's talk about something called seamless layering. It's a technique that we use that actually makes things a lot easier for you. It's implementing different lengths of hair during the application, whether it be 12-inch and 16-inch or 16-inch, 20-inch. And when you put them in at the same time and you layer them as they go in, it makes the application so much easier and a lot less cutting is needed. This application was done with 16-inch hair, all 16-inch hair. And the head that I showed you a minute ago had the different layers in it. So if you look at this, with it only having the one length hair in it, there's a whole lot more hair to actually cut and a lot more work involved in this type of cut. So I'm going to go through this and I'm going to show you how to blend all this later, but wouldn't it be nice if you could just put the different layers in? So we have determined that this mannequin's head, the hair on it, is about 8 inches long. And the hair that we've chosen is 16 inches long. So we can safely say that we can blend this hair together with the top and the bottom. So you're going to want to make sure that your perimeter has very soft lines. When this hair comes out and goes back in, you want nothing hard on the bottom. So when cutting the very bottom, which we will do first, you just want to do a very soft blending on the bottom. If you want to take off more length than just a little bit, then go a little slow and make sure your edges stay soft the entire time. No straight lines, no hard lines. You'll notice that your blend will get much better, much softer very quickly. The reason we work on dry hair is because you can see what's happening as you're cutting. If the hair is wet, becomes a little bit invisible to the eye as far as how it's going to flare and how it's going to move. So what we're going to do is we're going to be blending the extension hair to the natural hair. You never blend the natural hair to the extension hair. Most people who get extensions want their hair to grow. So we're going to take care of this and we're going to be cutting on this. Also, when cutting, we want to blend without raising up the hair, no elevation. We will be cutting and doing all of our blending in a downward flow. This allows to keep as much bulk throughout the extensions and you won't be removing lots of hair or leaving holes. Another reason that you would not elevate the hair is because when you put in the extensions, there are gaps in between this extension that would be here and the extension that would be here. When that hair is elevated and you're bringing this hair together, the hair that is here is coming from an extension below, and the hair that is here is coming from an extension from above. If you were to elevate it, and when you bring it down, you're going to have a gap and a step where now there is hair missing. And the only way to fix that will be to cut it shorter. And that's not what we want to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take thin sections, and you're going to look at the natural hair, which is here, and we want to blend it towards the bottom. So without elevating it, you're just going to be very slowly and softly blending in natural movement. I like to do this in small pieces at a time and not large pieces, so you can watch how it moves. This will also keep you from taking out large sections of hair at once. less likely to make a mistake. And you can also see where over here you can still see the natural hair, but it's already starting to completely disappear through here. And you would do this all the way around. So as you can see in the front, we have the natural hair, which is here, and we have the length of the hair extension, which is here. Now, if we would have done seamless layering, we wouldn't be having this problem right now because we would have multi-layers in here that would bring this together. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to connect the natural hair and the extension hair. So what we're going to do is you want to take just a small section of where the hair extension is, not large, tiny. Just notice it's just a small amount. And you want to very softly blend the short hair with the longer hair. Now, one of the tricks I like to do to bring this hair with this hair is to actually create something that's going to come together with it. So I like this first little slither of the extension hair to actually start where the natural hair is and almost even a tiny bit shorter. So what I will do is go in right where the natural hair is and create another piece of hair that's almost the same as the natural hair, but just a little. So you don't see a big disconnect from the natural hair to where the extensions are. They're the same length. And then you'll go from that piece and go down. And again, you're still working down and not elevated. Creating just a soft movement around the face. So that this wraps around and you have less of a disconnect. Now that we have blended in the extensions with the natural hair, we have put a natural flow into the hair, we've done the face framing. The last thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to step back. You're going to want to look at the client's hair. You're going to want to see it from all angles. Have her shake her head. Have her move it around. Have her pull it to the front, have her pull it to the back. Visually look at it to see how it's flowing and how it's laying. You're not going to want to stand in one place and just look at it from one perspective. Hair extensions is a visual type of cutting. So if there's something that doesn't lay right or doesn't move right, you can just work in that one area. Give it more softness, bring it all together. A great cut starts with a great consultation. Remember, if you know the end goal in mind, you're going to be successful every time.